Hey everybody, my name is Spammals and welcome back to the sinking of the Lusitania. Coming up tonight, armed with a deck plan, we're going to take a stroll of the ship and get a better understanding of just how things were on board, where first class was, where second class was, where third class was. You get the picture. And so, without any more stalling, let's begin! So welcome to the game. How is that for a view? It's always one of my favorites while on board the Titanic, and on Lusitania, yeah, it's just as pleasing. For this episode, I am using deck plans I found on the internet from RMS Lusitania.info, so if they're wrong, blame them and not me. I'm an idiot here, by no means expert, 100% idiot. So we're currently on the starboard bridge wing. If I turn left, oh, there's the bridge, closed during the sinking, although I was told it opens up towards the end of the sinking. I didn't notice. But anyway, we can now step onto the bridge. All of the utensils you'd come to expect on board a bridge for navigating your ship. If you want to go to New York City, this is the stuff you're gonna need. Oh, look at that forward-facing window. The view an officer would have seen. Another view from the left all the way to the right, all of the equipment. But wait, there's a little bit more. If I pan right, Hadouken, there's the wheelhouse. Stepping inside, it's a bit of a tight fit, but you can get in. And there you go, there's the ship's helm. This is where the quartermaster would have stood when he's sailing the ship. Haven't really got a spectacular view, but he doesn't really need to see where he's going. He does what he's told. So looking at my plans, flanking either side of the wheelhouse, on the starboard side, there should be a toilet and bathroom, and on the port side, there should be a chart room. Taking a step back outside, we're gonna go up this staircase here to a place called Monkey Island, the place above the wheelhouse, above the bridge. There's an invisible wall, be careful for that. But in the middle, we've got a compass platform. Sure is one hell of a view up here, but this is it. There's a binnacle, that little dish in the middle. You'd open that bad boy up, and inside there'd be a compass. And of course, looking behind us, oh, that superimposing, all-powerful funnel. Whoa. Coming up next on our tour, we're going to leap over this fence here, and we're going to make our way aft on top any seconds today. The internet isn't waiting. Oh, there we go. And I fell all the way down. We're jumping down onto the deck house, and we're going to head aft to have a look at what's going on up here. Because as you will see, there's another compass tower. You can never have enough compasses, clearly. But that's not going to stop us. Continuing aft, we go past the second funnel, and ahead of us, we got two big old windows. Now, the one on the right, the smaller one, apparently is over the saloon, writing room, and library, with the larger one being the skylight over the saloon entrance. But if you gander into the darkness behind it, and I will move to help you see better, there's a big old rectangle box of a room. That is the Marconi room. And now that you know that that room is the Marconi room, you will notice there's some Marconi graph wires coming at the top of it, and they go all the way up into the sky. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, continuing the tour aft. Going past the third funnel, squeezing like a Harlem Shake around all this deck machinery stuff and vents, we have a ginormous skylight. Now this one is the skylight over the saloon, lounge, and music rooms, apparently. Continuing on, there is so much to see and do in this video, I can't linger too long in any one given space. We have yet another big old skylight behind the fourth funnel, and this one is over the saloon smoking room. Oh, but wait, there's one more, one tiny little Brucey bonus of a skylight. There's this guy here, and it's over the Veranda calf. And unlike the other ones, well, we can actually see through it because they've actually modeled the Veranda calf. Perhaps now if you see a photograph of the Lusitania, you got a little bit of a better understanding what's going on up here, what's underneath these big old windows. But wait, if we look aft one final time, well, we're looking now into the second class area, and the big skylight right there, that is the skylight over the second class staircase, everybody. Woo! Right, so we've now jumped down onto A deck, and we're looking into that first class Veranda calf. I mean, it looks a little bit dark, but that could just be the way that this game is representing it. I imagine those lights would be turned on, and it would be all lovely jubbly and nice in here. But we can see through the windows, got a peek at that crane, you got the lifeboat, and you got the horizon. I bet it was a lovely place to sit down, have a cup of tea, get out of the wind, and stuff like that. But we're going to leave first class momentarily, and let's get second class taken care of. So we're going to go past the main mast, across this little platform, and boom, we're now in second class. I imagine there would be gates there, or a chain, and something saying like, second class passengers are not allowed past this point, or something. Although I do find it a bit strange how a second class passenger deemed lesser in society could be right here looking eye to eye with a first class passenger over there, and at the same time it's kind of rubbing it in like, look at our lovely Veranda calf. What have you got? Well, I've got bus shelter. Anyway, this is the second class promenade. Let's head all the way aft and we'll try and find our way down from there. Now, this building in the middle here, according to the deck plan, is the second class lounge. And underneath the skylight would be the second class stairwell. That, of course, is the aft docking bridge, used in times of docking because they can't see their bottom from the bow particularly very well. That skylight, the white thing there, that is the skylight over the second class smoking room, apparently. Welcome to Name That Skylight with Spammals. We're going to show you a combination of skylights and you got to tell us where they belong to. Right, so if we go down this stairwell here, it's going to take us down to B deck, I suppose, and do a U-turn, Hadouken. But there's a whole lot of deck housing going on there. This is the entrance to the second class stairwell, and then to the left of this, through these windows right there, that would be the second class ladies room. Ooh, a room where you would buy ladies. And then doubling back, heading aft, those chunky windows there, that is the second class smoking room. And behind that are some toilets. And if we go down one final deck onto the poop deck, now my deck plan doesn't have this area color coded. I would assume this was for third class, because I don't assume they'd be mixing classes anytime soon. That would be a horrible thing to do. But anyway, doing a U-turn, we've got all these buildings here. Basically through there is more second class entrancey stuff. But with that, that's all the second class areas we can see in this playable demo of the Lusitania, the sinking experience. Where shall we go next? Now, you might recognize this part as the area you spawn into when you start the game. Well, either side of us, we've got some third class spaces going on. If I gander to the left, Hadouken. Oh, through that doorway is the third class smoking room. But hey, come back, come over here, look over here, onto the right-hand side. Through that doorway there, the third-class ladies' room, where you could buy a third-class lady. And through that doorway in the middle is a stairwell, apparently. As well as behind us, through that doorway there, is even more stairwell. And that is the entirety of the first class section we can see in this playable demo. Now, we kind of have a preference for taking the starboard side. Don't know why. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit. We're going down the port side, everybody. The sun shines out on the port side, and oh boy, does it look beautiful. Look at that. I jumped on top of the hand railing. I'm that good. One thing to note, on the explore mode, which we're doing, you can actually climb up the hand railings. This is disabled on the main game, so just keep that in mind. So, heading forwards down the port side boat deck, we just passed the Veranda grill, continuing our tour going down the port side boat deck. Oh, we're going to turn this corner. Now, through those windows there would have been the smoking room, which we previously spoken about. And then we got some sort of entranceway. It's called a door by some people. After that, we have the saloon lounge and music room. You can tell this because of the deck plans, but also the loved curvy wally things. Very nice, very distinctive. Reminds me of on Titanic and Olympic, the way that the smoking room and all that jazz pokes out as well. Anyway, moving on. This doorway here underneath the third funnel is apparently part of the main staircase and passenger lifts. So I guess this is one of the main doorways you would have come out of if you were trying to get up onto boat deck. Like, oh, what's going on? Did we hit an iceberg? No. Fantastic, and going back to bed. And pushing forwards even more, we got ourselves the pokey outy bit there, which is the saloon, writing room, and library. And after that, you've just got passenger accommodation. Now, there's one more thing that's very important that I want to show you. There's a little ladder here, and you can climb up it. Hadouken. Oh, over the top, over the top. Oh, he's got stuck. Oh, he's done it. He's done it. He's only gone and bloody done it. Welcome to the bow, everybody. How about that for a view? I don't know about yourselves, but for me, it looks a little bit kind of, it's like it's been kind of squeezed and stretched. You squeeze and stretch it. Pushing forwards, we got all of the things you'd come to expect, from capstans to anchor chains. An auxiliary anchor tucked in the middle there. Now, that's a pretty awesome shot. That might be thumbnail material. And stepping right up to the peak of the bow, imagine tucking yourself underneath there in the middle of a storm. I can't crouch down, but imagine like a ginormous wave just going over you. Like, ah! And there you go. With that, the bow section of the Lusitania, everybody. I must say, I'm actually having a fantastic time exploring this ship. I love looking around the ships. And it's so well detailed and it's so accessible. It's just nothing but a joy to see the girl what she was like in her prime. Well, say goodbye to the boat deck. We're going down to B deck, everybody. Now, there's not a lot to show you here. Basically, when you're looking inwards like this, that's all accommodation. There's a lot of kind of passageways. Either these cabins are quite large, or just they aren't really making a good use of their deck space. If I flash up a picture of this deck plan, something about it just doesn't look well organized to me. Maybe that was what they were going for. Maybe they wanted the letters more kind of feel. I don't know. And lastly, jumping back down to C deck, there's your main mast right there. Now, these rooms right there, that is officers' quarters. Basically, you got your chief engineer in there, important people of the crew. Moving forward past this little lippy bit here, we'll come across a pantry and pantry scullery and other officers' mess and stuff like that. But a little beyond that, we're going to be parallel. I fell through the ship! That wasn't supposed to happen. Although it's kind of helpful, I suppose. Between the third and fourth funnels down on that C deck. That's the upper level of the first class dining saloon. And in the center of that is a ginormous dome. Very, very beautiful. Forward of that, where it tucks back in, that's part of the main staircase and passenger lifts. And then just a little bit forward of that, you got a children's playroom for first class. And with that, that's the entire ship's tour complete. I have shown you where first class, second class, third class, where they all live, where their areas are. I've shown you what lurks behind some of the windows and doorways. I've taken you into off-limits areas, including the bridge, the wheelhouse, the bow, the deck housing. And I like to think I've learned something about the Lusitania today. Hopefully you have as well. Did you enjoy yourself? If you did, leave a comment down below with your thoughts and opinions. And who knows, maybe the guy who made this might just see your comments. And while you're at it, follow me on Twitter and tell me how many funnels you would have. On that bombshell, thank you for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody.